Previously on Who Killed the Billionaire.
Kingsley Obi was found dead in his Lekki mansion. The police called it a heroin overdose. But investigator Juliet Modi discovered that the real poison was carfentanil, released through his diffuser. Suspicion fell on his family, Mike, the broke brother with a buried drug charge, Joanne, the sister, still burning from the humiliation of being slapped, and Anna, the wife everyone called a gold digger. With footage deleted and secrets piling up, Mike swore he was being framed, while Joanne sent a secret message to someone known only as Z. Now, Juliet is closing in, and the question remains, who really killed Kingsley Obi? Juliet Modi's fingers flew across her tablet, eyes scanning notes, timelines, cross-references. Every member of the household had a motive, or at least a reason to resent Kingsley. But Joan stood out, too calm, too composed in her grief. Then, Juliet found it. A delivery receipt, 2 burner phones, bought under a fake name, paid for in cash, delivered to a drop-off box just 3 streets from the Obi residence. Juliet pulled up security footage from the courier's pickup location. The resolution was poor, but the image was clear enough. Joan, hold up, sunglasses, caught on camera. Later, Juliet stood outside John's bedroom, waiting. When the door opened, John didn't look startled, just irritated. If this is about my skincare products in the fridge again, take it up with Deborah. I'm not in the mood. Juliet offered a faint smile. Not skincare, phones. John blinked. Phones. Juliet stepped inside, uninvited. 2 burner phones, 1 still active, bought 3 weeks ago. You used one to contact someone named Z. Care to explain? The change was immediate, from indifferent to defensive. You're spying on me? Juliet tilted her head. I am investigating you. Joan crossed her arms. You think I killed my brother? Juliet didn't reply. Silence did the talking. Kingsley humiliated me, yes. He slapped me in front of staff. And yes, I called Anna a gold digger. But that doesn't make me a murderer. Juliet's voice stayed calm. Then who is Z? Joan hesitated. Not long, but long enough. Z was someone I hired to scare Kingsley. That's it. I wanted to rattle him a little, just threats, nothing serious. Juliet made a note but didn't buy it. Too neat, too quick. When did you last speak to him? John's jaw tensed. Before Kingsley died, I told him to stop. He said he had. Juliet nodded slowly, but her instincts buzzed. Maybe John was telling the truth. Maybe she just lit the fuse. But someone else struck the match. Later that afternoon, Juliet resumed interviews with Kingsley's staff. The domestic staff members who had been suspected of secondary exposure to the toxin had all been isolated, monitored, and treated. Fortunately, the tests came back clear. No traces of carfentanil in their systems. They had been cleared to return home. Most offered nothing. Vague condolences, tearful murmurs, all except one. Catherine, a young cleaner who fidgeted beneath Juliet's gaze. When the others left, she lingered. Is there something you want to tell me? Juliet asked gently. Catherine hesitated, then leaned in. 2 weeks ago, I heard Mr. Kingsley and Madame Anna arguing. Not loud, but serious. She said something like, you weren't supposed to find that. And he said, how could you lie to me? We've been trying. She paused, looking pale. That's all I heard, I swear. Security footage from that day backed her story. Kingsley had confronted Anna about the birth control pills he found in her closet. A betrayal, quiet but devastating, especially for a couple publicly trying to conceive. In the footage, he stormed out, visibly shaken. When Juliet confronted Anna, she found her serene, grieving, elegant. "I'm not here to judge," Juliet said carefully, "but I need the truth. You told Kingsley you wanted children, but you are taking birth control pills. Why?" Anna turned to the window, silent for a long time. Her voice, when it came, was almost a whisper. "It's not that I didn't want a child. I wanted to want one. That's the truth. But every time Kingsley brought it up, the baby names, the nursery, the tiny clothes, I felt this panic I couldn't explain." She exhaled shakily. "It was like my chest locked up, like something inside me was screaming, 'Don't do it,' even when everything else said I should. I thought maybe it would pass, that once we started trying, my body would just fall in line." She looked up at Juliet, her eyes glassy, fierce with shame, but it didn't. She stood slowly, walking to the window, as if needing distance from her own confession. People think it's simple. You get married, you get pregnant, you become a mother. But they don't see the fear. Not the real kind, the kind that doesn't just sit in your head, it lives in your blood. What if I can't protect a baby? What if I don't bond with it? What if something goes wrong and Kingsley looks at me like I broke something precious? What if I lose myself? Her fingers twisted around each other. I tried to prepare. I read books, I took the supplements, I said the prayers, but every time my period came, I felt relief. And then guilt for the relief. It's like I was betraying him, betraying myself. One day, I bought the pills, told myself it was just temporary until I was ready, until the fear quieted down. But the fear never left Juliet. It just got better at hiding. Juliet said nothing. The silence stretched between them like a veil. "He found them," Anna whispered, and he looked at me like a stranger, like I'd been lying to him from the start. And maybe I was. Her shoulders sagged, as if the weight of the secret had finally settled into her bones. It wasn't supposed to be a betrayal. It was survival. Juliet finally spoke, her voice soft. "You're not the only woman who's ever felt this way." Anna let out a shaky breath. "You say that like it helps. But fear like this, it's lonely. No matter how many women share it, it always feels like it's mine alone." Juliet studied her. The grief was real. The fear was real. But in this house, truths came layered. And even in Anna's pain, there was more. Juliet shifted her focus. If Anna's story about the birth control pills was genuine, and the forensic evidence hadn't tied her directly to the murder, then the motive might lie deeper, buried in history. She decided to look into Kingsley's past. Kingsley's father, Chief Kalu, had named Kingsley, not Mike, the eldest son, as successor. An unusual move that raised quiet eyebrows. Mike took it with public grace, but whispers of resentment lingered. Then Juliet stumbled on an old article. Pascal Igwe, Chief Kalu's former business partner. The piece briefly mentioned Pascal's sudden disappearance years ago. Though never charged, Chief Kalu was rumored to have been involved. Nobody was ever found. The case had long gone cold. Intrigued, Juliet dug deeper. But there were no recent traces of Pascal. No digital footprint, no obituary, no public mention. It was as though he had vanished. After hours of searching, she unearthed a single photograph from a society magazine, taken at a company gala. In it, Pascal stood proudly beside a smiling 10-year-old girl, his daughter, according to the caption. Juliet zoomed in, squinting at the girl's face. It was grainy, faded, but something about her smile tugged at her. She made a note to run facial comparison software later. Though she doubted much would come of it, the image quality was poor. Juliet kept digging, but the name Pascal Igwe had been deliberately erased, as though someone wanted it forgotten. Meanwhile, Mike grew distant, guarded and absent. One night, Juliet followed him across town to a run-down neighborhood. From her car, she watched as he handed a thick envelope to a man waiting in a shadowy alley.
She ran a check. The cash came from a recent, substantial withdrawal. Who was the man? A fixer? A threat? When Juliet confronted Mike, he denied everything at first. He laughed it off, accusing her of imagining things. But Juliet pressed, relentless. Finally, Mike broke. He is a private investigator. I hired him to watch you. I didn't trust you. I thought you were trying to frame me. Juliet wasn't convinced until her contact confirmed it. The man was a licensed private investigator known for working quietly in the shadows.
Then one morning, something unusual caught Juliet's eye. A black SUV sat a few cars behind Anna's sedan. Too sleek, too deliberate to blend in. Its windows were tinted pitch black, the low hum of its engine sounding like a warning. Juliet's pulse quickened. She watched as Anna got into her car and pulled out of the driveway. The SUV followed immediately. Without thinking, Juliet started her engine and trailed after them, keeping a careful distance. Every turn Anna made, the SUV mirrored. Not once did it falter or lose sight of her. Her grip tightened on the steering wheel. Through bustling market roads, up flyovers, the dark vehicle stayed just far enough to seem cautious, yet close enough to feel menacing. Her mind raced. Was someone tailing Anna? Was this connected to Kingsley? Then, just past the city limits, the SUV suddenly slowed. It turned off onto a narrow side road and vanished between a cluster of trees. Juliet's heart pounded as she realized it hadn't been following Anna after all. Still, Anna drove on, heading towards the outskirts where the hills rose like sleeping giants. She stopped at an old cemetery, its gates rusted, its path swallowed by weeds. From her car, Juliet watched as Anna stepped out and made her way to a single grave. When Anna finally left, Juliet approached quietly, her curiosity outweighing her caution. The name on the weathered headstone made her stop cold. Pascal Igwe, beloved father, a gentle soul never forgotten. Juliet froze. Pascal Igwe, Chief Kalu's former business partner. Anna hadn't just visited a grave, she'd come to his grave. She frowned, puzzled. What was Anna doing here? She checked again. This was indeed the grave of Pascal Igwe, the man who disappeared under mysterious circumstances about 15 years ago. Was he a relative, a friend, a family? But the surname didn't match Anna's maiden name, Opara. Juliet's instincts prickled. Could Anna have known him personally? Then she remembered the photograph. Was Anna the girl in that picture? Had Kingsley discovered the truth? Juliet stood in silence, heart pounding. One thing was clear. Whoever Anna was, she was connected to a past full of shadows. Later, at her desk, Juliet spread the photograph beside her laptop. A grainy, sunlit image of Pascal Igwe and the girl no older than 10, in a powder blue dress. Her smile tentative, eyes cautious. Juliet zoomed in. That face. She pulled up a wedding photo of Anna. Graceful, composed. The jawline, the eyes, the same curve of the mouth. Juliet's breath caught. It couldn't be. She searched public birth records. Nothing. Foundation documents listed only that Anna had been raised by her maternal aunt after a family tragedy. Her maiden name was Opara, not Igwe. But maybe it had been changed. Juliet contacted an insider at the Ministry of Education to check school admission records under Anna Opara. One file came back with a photo. Juliet's heart skipped. It was the same girl from the old photograph. But why hide it? Why change her name? Suddenly, the grave visit made sense. Anna hadn't just stopped by. She had gone to see someone she lost. Pascal wasn't just anyone. He was her father.